Recording. Start the timer. Let's go! Ape Escape! It's been a long day for me today, so I thought I would deal with one of my favorite games on the console, Ape Escape. I think that the best way for me to tackle this is to just, I don't know, go through all the fun stuff up front. At least the games that I had in my own personal collection. And Ape Escape was the first PlayStation game to require to use the analog sticks. If you don't have a controller with an analog stick, the game won't let you progress past that screen. And you will have realized that you have wasted $50. But if you can progress past that screen, you are in for a great time. Hello, Emily. We're playing Ape Escape! Ape Escape, yes! For some reason, this is like one of the few games that have different voice actors and like even a different script for PAL and NTSC. Like the voices are completely different. Hello, Mikey Mac. Oh, soundtrack.
Hey,
this is a soundtrack.
Did the professor finish the time station yet? Are we gonna get to go back in time?
He said he'd be finished with it today. Let's go.
I can't wait to check out the dinosaurs. And what about the future?
Yeah, we'll keep talking.
I'll let this cutscene play while we wait for some people.
Hey, wait up.
Hey, Professor!
Spike, Jake, over here.
If anybody gets in, feel free to say hi.
Station.
No, run you two.
Ape Escape is an awesome game, although I hear that its sequels are better. Oh yeah, I'm waiting for the line. Hello. Looks like everybody's coming in now. Excellent.
It works. It actually works. We did it, Natalie. We did it.
Can we see the...
The
oh.
time station is complete.
We don't have time for celebrating. We've got to do something.
Hopefully that's not going to be a problem. Sort of. I'm not going to do the time trials. Let's see.
Spike, can you hear me?
I got to get the...
You must listen carefully. Something awful has happened. There's been an accident. The time station has been activated by Specter and you're being transported back in time.
Why do so many PlayStation games have such widely different resolutions?
Specter has sent the apes back in time to try to change the course of history.
Like, I've never noticed this before, but so many of the PlayStation games have, like, weirdly varying resolutions. I thought there was only, like, a couple standard ones.
Let's go!
I'm gonna get all the apes and all the Specter coins, but I'm not doing the time trials. Yeah, it was definitely a tech demo. And this was one of the hardest games ever when I was a kid for me to figure out how to emulate. This is the magic punch. This is very powerful, yes. Ape Escape. Yes. Die. And we did it! Yay!
Yes.
Alright. Have we really been going 4.5 minutes already? Jeez. They're prehistoric creatures, I guess. Hello, Shad Luigi.
Look what.
Pokeballs, I guess.
I'm going for it.
Okay, good. That works. Ape Escape is actually a game that I use to test how well my PlayStation 1 emulator is running. Oh, Poke Bowls, a traditional Hawaiian... Oh, okay. I have no idea. I mean, it is a Sony property. I really wish this was on the PlayStation Classic, because it is a PlayStation Classic. Oh yeah, the PlayStation Classic is definitely shit. You don't have Crash, you don't have Spyro, you don't have Tomb Raider, you don't have Silent Hill, you don't have anything. Gotcha! You've never seen this game? Well, I don't know if this is much to watch, but playing it is an absolute treat. There are no monkeys in this game. They're all apes. We have a distinction between monkeys and apes for a reason. A reason that nobody knows, but there is a distinction. Monkeys have tails, apes don't. Yep, but everybody in the game itself, just calls them monkeys. No, they don't have tails. They're all wearing pants.
Yes!
The meter, Spike's health is measured in cookies. Now, there is one major flaw to this game. Basically, you have to go to all the levels twice in order to complete the game. But once you catch all of the apes, what happens is you have to go into the level again from the start to catch all the rest of them later on in the game. So it's generally a good idea to not catch the apes that are closest to the beginning, skipping some, and going to find the rest. Like, there are 4 apes we can catch right now, without going into the next area, but I would have to go back into that area if I... You cannot get all the apes at once, no. Sometimes you just don't have the gadgets, but there's an arbitrary number of them. Norm of the North 2 review, I was busy working on other projects. I mean, yeah, it's dumb, but it seemed to be a weirdly common problem on the PlayStation 1. Like, Gex also had this issue. Hell, Super Mario 64 had this issue. When you get the thing, you go out of the level. That's how it worked in early 3D platformers. Doop. Yeah, a lot of them didn't age well, but a lot of them did. I say Ape Escape works really well. It's aged a lot better than most of them. Specifically because the analog controls. Oh yeah, Spyro never had that problem. Which is good. It's one of the few platformers that didn't. thick jungle. I'm gonna let you guys make a reference.
Look what I've got, a new gadget. Check it out.
Here's a monkey radar. It'll help you track those monkeys down. I'm sending the new gadget over to you right now. Try it out in the training room. Without training, it will be too dangerous for you to continue on.
Hello,
to the
Dr.
next
C.
area. Well, good luck and be careful.
It'll be too dangerous for me to proceed without the most useless item in existence. Well, you won't hear the lines until near the end of the game, so it's the last gadget you get. The monkey radar is stupid. Like, maybe it was useful the first time you played, but oh my god. Don't feel bad for the cyber stalker. At this point, they brought it on themselves.
Spike, you're now on your way to the mysterious time of the jungle ruins. You must navigate through thick jungles filled with.
I revealed some of the stuff that my cyber stalker had been
Explore the
saying on
temple ruins, but be
DeviantArt.
Very careful. The temple is laden with treacherous pathways and dark dungeons. Oh yes, and you may have already noticed one thing. The apes have
Yeah, it would be
varying
wise
fields
not
of
to
vision.
talk about
So
her.
in most cases, you can sneak up on them by crawling around rather than running after them. You won't be noticed as quickly if you remain low to the ground. You'll discover many great things on your journey, but try to stay focused. You must locate all of the apes. Every second that passes gives Specter a chance to succeed. We're counting on you.
Every second gives Specter a chance, but we're time traveling.
Hello, Professor. Remember me? It's me, Specter, the future leader of the new age. That's right. Apes will soon rule the world, just as it should have been from the beginning.
Don't worry about it.
Specter, what's going on here? What are you planning to do?
I love the voice acting for this game.
You're the monkey that performs at the amusement park.
What? He's that cute little monkey that everyone loves to come and see? But how?
Yes, that's right. I stumbled onto this incredible invention of yours, this peak point helmet, and it's given me remarkable knowledge and great powers. And now, I plan to rule the world, and I owe it to you, Professor.
Specter, you must listen to me carefully. It's true that the peak point helmet will augment your
Technically, they
intelligence
do.
to heighten levels when it's worn. However, it is still incomplete. It's never been tested and may be very dangerous to use.
I'm gonna bust out a
I
great soda.
I insist that you bring the peak point helmet back to me immediately.
Bring it back? Are you kidding? I'm sorry, Professor, but it's too late. I've already made duplicate helmets for my new army of apes. There's no stopping us now. The future is mine! Don't try and trick me into giving this helmet back, Professor. I'm smarter than you. I even figured out how to use the time station. I've already
yeah.
sent my armies back in time to rewrite history.
The voice acting is
No longer will humans
awesome.
be the dominant species. I will rule this world. Don't bother trying to stop me.
Huh. Spike will find you. Just wait, you'll see. We're not gonna stand around and let you take over.
Spike? That little runt? He doesn't scare me.
no, I haven't
I've got
played a
surprise
Battlefield
for him.
game.
Jake!
I've always wanted to go up against you. Now here's my chance.
Also, I
I'm
don't
gonna have a
think
great
there is a
time
helicopter
destroying you and
glitch.
showing you who's
That's
the
not the
real
glitched
hero.
item in this game.
What's happening? What's wrong with you? Do you realize what you're saying? Do you know who you're talking to? Snap out of it. Pull yourself together. Can you hear me?
It's no use. Somehow he's been brainwashed and he's being controlled by Specter.
That's right, Professor. You're very perceptive. The boy you see here isn't the same anymore. He works for me now. I'm in control, and no one can stop me, especially not you. Well, I've got to go now, but I'm sure we'll be talking again soon.
I'm sure we will too. Yeah. Yeah, the game controls really, really well, despite the PlayStation controller putting the analog sticks in a very awkward position. Gonna lose all my cookies! Like, this game has a, you can get really, really good at it factor. Kind of like Mario 64. Like, just playing it is fun, but if you really want to, you could push this game to the brink. Alright, see ya, banana trees. The only thing really, really awful about this game is the rowboat. I have never gotten the rowboat. I don't know how to drive the rowboat. It's confusing as hell. It's stupid, and you never need to use it. So just swim around the thing. Right, it's not mandatory at all, but like, it's just stupid. Like, one of the analog sticks rotates one of the things, and the other one rotates the other. So whenever I try to use it, I go in circles. Like, this game really tried to experiment with the analog controls. So, some things work, some things don't. It's hard to say with Mario 64, considering it's a very versatile game. Thankfully, the tank, which is mandatory, is a lot easier to control.
Yes!
Who said a thing?
You did great.
Indeed, the gacha is extremely satisfying in this game. The Dark Ruins, yay. And I must say again, the soundtrack of this game is just outstanding, even in the more atmospheric tracks like this one. Like, I don't even know what you call the genre of music in this game, but hello, G singer. Like, even when you don't have a lot of gadgets, the game isn't slow, which is impressive. Alright, I'd recommend looking it up on YouTube. Sometimes I write to this game's soundtrack. I wouldn't be surprised. Good. It should be up today, but copyright bullshit. Like, I tried to dispute it. I did dispute it, but it didn't go up. And I don't know why. If it's not up soon, like in the next few days, I'll probably just upload it to my website. The only problem is that that's, you know, bad monetarily. I mean, I do want to maximize profits on every single video. I don't think that's a bad thing. On to me. Maybe they just don't like me. I don't know. Alright, Gymation. No, it's towards the end of the game, dude. You've got plenty of time. Like, it's a couple of hours off at the very least. Talking about the copyright stuff. Yeah, the magic line. Oh, you tried playing the Frogger one? How far did you get in that? The only part of the game that gets really difficult are these narrow paths. So some of these apes are packing a lot of heat. Oh yeah, you can ride the alligators, just not on their head. I don't know where to put the difficulty in this game. I'm gonna consider it maybe a 5 out of 10. It seems to be exactly where difficulty in a video game should be. Hate that one. The VIP game would be a 1 out of 10 if it wasn't for that fucking button mashing that my arm still hurts because of it. There's only one time this game difficulty, like, spikes. Well, I mean, maybe a couple. Like, when I was a kid, I had a lot of problems with Wabi Sabi Wall, but nowadays it's fine. And of course, there's the last level, the Specter's Castle, which is...
Yes!
I gotta remember to save my updates. God damn it. Roger, I am playing Ape Escape. Thank you.
You did
Update
great.
information. Yay. Wabi Sabi Wall. It's a level name.
Hi-ya!
The sequels for the for the PlayStation 2.
Let's go!
Alright, now the game's gonna get a little bit more interesting considering we have, yes. I never ever used the slingback shooter and not in,
Hi-ya!
So the slingback shooter is the item in the game that actually has a glitch that I have no idea how to perform. But basically, what it allows you to do is basically hover wherever the hell you want.
Hi-ya!
Yeah. Yeah, it's a flight glitch. I never use this in third-person mode. It's always first-person for me. Oh, Stark Raving Dad. I am tempted to talk about that episode, considering the recent controversy that it's been banned.
Hi-ya!
You know, like, even though Michael Jackson has been dead for years, and even though he was often accused in life,
Hi-ya!
and that the episode is like 20 goddamn years old. Hello, Ando. It's not banned, but they're removing Stark Raving Dad from circulation, because of the documentary Neverland. It's from The Simpsons. It was the episode that guest starred Michael Jackson. And, like, they didn't... Like, Michael Jackson wasn't even credited. He specifically didn't want to be credited for the episode, so...
Hi-ya!
Hardest game on PlayStation that... Oh, hardest game that I've beaten? That's a good question. It's been
Hi-ya!
an upper tier in difficulty day, I guess. VIP, good question, I have no idea. For now, there's still the answer of save it for later.
Ow! Ya! Ya! Ya!
Like, I'm sure there's something I can jury-rig to figure it out. Yeah, Stark Raving Dad is from Season 3. I have the episode on Amazon Prime. I don't think they'll remove it, considering I bought it. I mean, legally they're able to, but I don't think they'll do it. Well, I mean, Looney Tunes has had, like, legitimately racist episodes that are still that they still do sell, with disclaimers and stuff. Because of the documentary Neverland, which, talked about Michael Jackson's accusations. I haven't watched the documentary, so I don't know the full context. Maybe it brought to light completely new information, I do not know. Yeah, the Censored 11. Right, Stark Raving Dad is an amazing episode of the show. In this day and age, you cannot avoid controversy. It's just not possible. So really, the only thing you can do in the modern day environment is basically stand firm in your opinions. Good evening, Ringra. You don't have to do that. What do you think about the Michael Jackson controversy? Well, I mean, it's a little bit more awkward than most controversies because, you know, he's not alive to defend himself.
Yes!
What controversy? Accusations against Michael Jackson, like he dealt with throughout the later part of his life. Like, these accusations, they're not new. He's been dealing, like, been accused since the mid-2000s at the very least.
I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Things are going all right.
You and me.
Yeah, I don't have the dexterity to do most button mashing things. Hello, Chikorita. We're just talking about Michael Jackson. So that's a weird thing to walk into, I'm sure. Oh, God. Please have some rubber banding. I gotta focus on this. Not usually this bad in this race. Can't use a keyboard. The PlayStation 1 did not have, like, a USB keyboard.
Yes!
I'll go up against you anytime you want.
The $150 request reward has been suspended for now. Worst character in Norm of the North is Norm. Norm is the worst. Krabby Beach.
Look what I've got! A new gadget! Check it out!
This is the Super Hoop. It protects you and makes you run faster. I'm sending the new gadget over to you right now. Try it out in the training.
I love
training. It will be too dangerous for you to continue on to the next.
I love the descriptions for some of
Be
these.
careful.
And he just leaves the camera running for like 10 seconds.
I'm going for it.
So when I was, like, talking about dexterity problems, when I was a kid, I was not able to use this because I couldn't rotate my thumb fast enough to actually make this work. Now I can do it easily, but as a kid, I needed to actually get one of my parents to do this because I could not rotate my thumb fast enough to make the super hoop go. Yep, everybody remembers that. Now I can do it just fine, but still.
In this next period, you'll find that most of the planet is covered with water. The water net will be very useful in catching the apes. There are lots of dangerous creatures below the surface. Be careful.
Also, for a game about time travel, this game doesn't really use time travel to its fullest potential. Like, this is a beach level. I don't need to go back in time to go to the beach. You see dinosaurs in some places, but... if it's not up soon enough, like if the dispute is not resolved before long, I will upload it to my website. When will the $150 reward be back up? Not entirely sure. Like, I legitimately do not know if I could handle that. Rascal had issues with time traveling too. The 2000s was pretty good for gaming. Not as good as the decade before or the decade after, but that's in every medium. One of the levels in Rascal is literally Hollywood. That's not time travel. Does Vanilla... I keep asking this question, but I don't have an answer. Does Vanilla offer monetization? That's the question.
Yes.
Worst year for gaming? You mean besides the 70s? Oh, they do. I might have to take a look at it. I mean, like, Vanilla seems to go down a lot, though. That's another concern I have. What was MJ accused of? He was accused of a lot of things. Best year of gaming is either 1998 or 1996.
Let's go!
You gotta start, like... I mean, the mainstream gaming scenes of the 2010s is probably not the best. I think I agree with you there, but... like, if you look at the indie scene and games that aren't, like, the mainstream... that's where the 2010s has really shined. There are a lot of interesting games with a lot of interesting ideas. Oh, come on. I don't know if Twitch allows just general me doing my thing upload. Oh yeah, 2017 was an amazing year for gaming in the 2010s. It was probably the best year of gaming in the 2010s, but 2011 is also one of the best years of gaming. Okay, so why the hell is this thing just... there we go. What makes Mario Odyssey special? Don't know, haven't played it. The 2020s is going to be interesting in terms of pop culture. Often when, like, media is getting, like, censored to hell and back, what'll happen is that there'll be, like, an overcompensation in the other direction. I predict in the 2010s we're gonna get a lot of raunch and politically incorrect stuff. A lot of deconstruction of the current paradigm. Oh. Why is Vanilla getting DDoSed? I think Frostlass They probably should have thought a little bit more about the implications in its design. Oh. Okay. Yeah, see, this is one of the first levels where you can really skip the early apes. There's already a backlash to PC culture, and I can only feel that the backlash is going to get harsher and harsher. My only hope is that we don't throw the baby out with the bathwater like PC culture did in the first place. What was wrong with the 2010s? What do you mean by that? That's a very open question. Oh yeah, it was absolutely awful for AAA gaming. Best year for animation? That's also pretty hard. Captain Marvel controversy? It's absolutely expected at this point. If you brand your movie as like empowering, it's going to hurt the film. Bottom line. Like that should be a rule from now on. Even if it is, and that's what you like it for, the public is turning against that.
Yes!
We have plenty of shows that satirize current events, like BoJack Horseman did. And does.
You did great.
Hey, without motion controls, we wouldn't have VR. But yeah, microtransactions, loot boxes, all that stuff, that is just awful. Nintendo is pretty much the only AAA company that seems to be, you know, not fallen from grace. Early Simpsons, Homer wasn't so bad. Late Simpsons, Homer is, like, Homer wasn't always this stupid. He was just a little, ditzy at the start, but he was okay, you know, like, within the plausibility of a normal human being back at the start. SimCity 2013, Anthem. Yeah. Games are not a service. They just aren't. Games are a product, like a book. I think I did. I mean, VR is the next big thing. No, video games aren't toys, but they should have the same, like, legal ownership rights as toys. No, I don't play, I do not play, Roblox. The 70s was the worst in animation. Trust me on that. Oh yeah, service obsession is just batshit stupid. No, The Simpsons will never be good again. Especially if they keep doing this shit. What's the Captain Marvel controversy? Girl power, basically. It's basically a girl power movie in a world where Ghostbusters 2016 exists. Like, I knew this was coming, like... I mean, there's nothing wrong with girl power media, but, like, you gotta have more to the story than just that. Oh yeah, Stan Lee's Twitter account. Honestly, I probably should have mentioned that in the Twitter episode of Technocracy. Like, somebody else using the account of, like, a verified account of a dead person? That sounds like impersonation. Like, it really does sound like impersonation. Oh yeah, Powerpuff Girls, the original, and Kim Possible. Definitely good examples of girl power shows. As is Friendship is Magic. I mean, they exist. I also hear that Race Face was actually pretty good in that regard, too. Yeah, it just feels, like, wrong to have, like, corporate people using a dead person's account. How much? What? Yeah, like... Braceface was a very mature show, despite its god-awful theme song. I don't know how to answer that. As Told by Ginger, The Secret of Nim, all good shows with strong female protagonists. This game doesn't give out lives very often. I mean, you won't die often, but... Oh yeah! Milan. I can't wait to see the remake of that. That's gonna be awful for a variety of reasons. And the original Milan is genuinely one of my favorite Disney films. Oh yeah, it's your typical Inside a Monster's Belly level. Yep, no singing in it because China doesn't like musicals, I guess.
Yes!
If Lion King is a bad movie, I will be doing an animated atrocity on it. There. Well, that was years ago. Will Smith. I'll be right back when the cutscene is going.
You're heading towards the Ice Age. It will be extremely cold in this next area. The planet is covered with ice, and in some areas with strong winds, the temperatures will drop below freezing. The apes have adapted well to the new surroundings. Take full advantage of the gadgets so you can quickly move on.
Alright, I am back. Okay, so one thing interesting about this game is this. Freezing cold water. It's hot, hot, hot. Oh yeah, Disney has been... I've really grown to distaste Disney as a company lately. One thing I might want to do at some point is just, like, write a story where Walt Disney himself comes back to life and is so pissed off at what his company has become. But then the company itself tries to weasel away all of his copyrights from him and leave him destitute. Because that is exactly what Disney as a company would do to Walt Disney himself. It'd be a great episode of The Twilight Zone. No, well, I mean, many of the episodes of Growing Around do have to deal with creators and the creative process, and some of the distasteful things they do, but I have seen the Ice Age film, yes, but it's been years. It's been a while. Who makes a machine like this? Disney being, or Mickey being in the public domain, that'll be the day. That'll be the day that Lucifer rides a snowmobile to work.
Yes!
Nightmare Monkeys, never seen it. There are over 200 apes in this game.
You did great.
I think that Disney is never going to release its hold on Mickey Mouse.
Look what
Hello,
I got,
Crimson.
a new gadget. Check it out.
Here's the Skyflyer. It'll take you to high places. I'm sending the new gadget over to you right now. Try it out in the training room. Without training,
It'll send you to high places. This is an airplane. It'll send you to high places. This is a college degree. It'll send you to high places. This is a catapult. It will send you to high places. This is a can of baked beans. It will send you to high places. Professor, you're not very good at describing your gadgets. I'm going to be honest with you right there.
I'm going for it.
So yeah, in these levels, it's very wise to start skipping apes that you don't need immediately. After you get the Skyflyer, you can pretty much catch every ape in the level, so count off 3 and then keep going. My favorite Pokemon is Whimsicott, and I don't think that'll ever be beaten. Okay, the Sky Flyer is actually a weapon that can hurt the enemies. Interesting. So far, 6 is my favorite gen. Oh, shit. Whimsicott is an absolute blast to use, and it provides so many fun, creative possibilities. Normally I'm able to get this guy without him going into his UFO. Where the fuck are you? I do not know. Everything, everywhere should be banned. Banning pieces of media is not the solution to anything. No, I do not remember Pokemon Chronicles. Yeah, it can absolutely do that. Make people want to find that piece of media more and more. Detective Pikachu seems interesting. Modern Disney is just all about the money. Like, at some point, it's going to be a severe problem with how much power that they have. I would say Pikachu, but then I would be Team Rocket. I think somebody already did a Lego movie remix around Everything is Offensive. I categorize Disney as the oxygen we live and breathe in. Well, I mean, it already seems to be kind of the start of their dark age, as a lot of the things they are doing is backfiring. Like, whether you think these movies are good or bad, it's starting to give them a lot of negative ill will among the general public. You know, they bought Star Wars, but then people didn't like The Last Jedi, and so Solo flopped. And now it seems like it's going to be the same with the Marvel Universe. I haven't seen The Last Jedi, so I don't know if it's, you know, if any of the rumors are true, but I just know what's going on. Some people loved it, some people really, really hated it. Yeah, like it got pretty mixed reviews, at least with the audience. Critics, I think, loved it, but actual audience, you know, the people that actually matter, it was pretty mixed. Oh, look at this. I'm actually using it for once. This one's annoying.
Yes.
Cutaway jokes are usually laziest. Or cutaway jokes are usually lazy.
You did great.
I gotta pay attention during this race, so...
Let's go!
Yes.
Will Smith. Like, is Will Smith trying to kill his career? Like, is he doing sabotage? Like, at this point, like, I'm legitimately, like, I legitimately believe it is a possibility.
Spike, we finally located Specter.
I mean, between making a movie with M. Night Shyamalan, appearing in the YouTube Rewind, the most hated thing in the world, and then being the Smurf in the Aladdin movie, like,
Let's go!
what is his game? Like, the 2010s has just been, like, awful for him. Depends what you want to do in the game. It's rewind time. He's gonna be saying that a lot in about 10 years when nobody wants to hire him anymore. I don't remember. I still need to watch things change. Yeah, gotta work on the review. The music here is just... I haven't watched season 16 and 17 of Family Guy. I'm done watching new episodes of that show. It's just bullshit now. Because comedies are weird. Like, for most part, like, it seems like comedies are, like, when you make a comedy, you already know it's going to be critically panned. Like, it's been a long time since we've gotten, like, a critically acclaimed comedy movie. Yeah, unless you're Deadpool. I wish it could too, but YouTube's copyright system is more fucked than it was last time. Green Book, didn't watch it. Like, I generally don't watch very many non-animated films. At least many new ones. I've been watching a lot of the classics, but not the new ones. And besides, the Oscars is bullshit anyway. Yeah, it's possible to upload through Twitch, but that's not what this channel is for.
Yes!
If the review isn't up, I will upload it to my website. It's not too big for that. I'm just not doing it right now because that would jack my internet.
You did great.
Oh yeah, the horror is fucking awful.
Let's go!
The Wabi Sabi Wall. I hated this level as a kid because it was one of the more difficult levels in the game for some reason. Pickle Rick did? Oh my god. That episode is stupid. Hey, let's make an episode where Rick turns into a pickle. Okay, what else happens in it? Pickle Rick! Pickle Rick! Are you gonna keep saying that until we greenlight the episode? Yes. Also, in the therapist scene in the episode is awful. Like, it is one of the most pretentious shit to psychoanalyze your own characters in your own work. Like, maybe if you're Christopher Nolan, you can get away with it, but if you're anybody else, you are interpretation of a character is basically I mean, I guess if you turn your brain off, but from what I heard, you need a high IQ to enjoy Rick and Morty. It's not really in the show's favor when it's an episode where you're not supposed to think at all to enjoy it. Pain is more enjoyable than if you turn your brain off, you know, unless you're into that kind of thing. Bit donations off? How do I turn those on? Brightburn? Don't know what that is. I mean, some people are a thing. It's legitimately a thing. Masochism. Why is psychoanalyzing your characters bad? Doing it on screen? Because it basically, it's hard to describe, but the audience is supposed to figure that out on themselves. If the audience can't figure it out, you have done your job wrong. If you have to tell them the answers, you have done your job doubly wrong. I am not an affiliate. I need to get service on my phone to do that. And I have not been able to go to the store lately. So right now my phone doesn't have service. How does CN get away with what? I mean, like, I don't understand why shouting Pickle Rick is, like, funny at all. Like, yeah, pickle is a funny word, but you can't make an entire episode about that. It's about on par with waffles. How does who get away with what? Oh, Christopher Nolan, not CN. Because Christopher Nolan is, like, he's got a style, and even he doesn't get away with it half of the time. But he generally, like, his movies tend to be so complex that they kind of need some explaining for people to follow along. Yeah, it's Pickle Rick did. I mean, Season 3 has plenty of problems. Like, it's probably going to be my next, like, Korra thing. My next Korra project. Inception? I like it. What I don't like is the goddamn Bwong sound that was, like, the biggest fucking meme forever. That Bwong sound from Inception just sends me into a goddamn rage at this point. It's almost as bad as that shouting "yeah" when anyone says a pun. If your meme is just a loud goddamn noise, it is automatically awful and you should never use it. I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen that episode. Hate that ape. There's no way to catch him. He always hits you. Not really. I don't have much hope about the Avatar series either. Like, keep in mind, I didn't like Korra. So ha! I caught one. And apparently I'm missing an ape. That's perfect. If I exit the stage, do the apes stay caught? Never watched Rango. And haven't watched Doom Patrol either. Money is the reason why so many shows are getting live-action remakes. Because it's hard to be creative. And every single idea that is creative has been untested in the market. So we can't trust it no matter how good it sounds. I mean, new ideas aren't hard to come up with. And even then, like, even when they're exploring these old ideas, they're not looking in the areas they should. Like, give some other dead property the friendship as magic treatment.
Yes!
And I'll be right back.
You did great.
Sticking Around was an interesting show to watch. I think it could have, like, it's not the greatest thing ever, but it's definitely alright.
Let's go!
This song is another great one. I don't know why Cat Icarus hates it. It's just awesome. Not the beginning, though. When it gets into it. DC streaming service? I don't know. Nah, probably not. I don't really get into streaming services. Hello, Banana Shoes. We're in the castle. Also, I love how the professor called the medieval era the dawn of human civilization. even though 1000 AD was like 3,000 or 4,000 years into human civilization. Yeah, the chat's moving fast, but that's alright. People got a lot on their mind, I guess. Right, yeah, the dawn of human civilization was then. The dumb professor is just a trope, I guess. I mean, the professor here isn't written as dumb. I'd really like Spyro to get an animated series. Yeah, it'd be easy to screw up. I mean, not even the games could get it right, but... I don't think you could make Guitar Hero an animated series. Especially when the music industry is stupid about copyright. The professor in the Powerpuff Girls was actually smart. Like, in the original, he was a smart guy. Yeah, he had some dumb moments, but he was smart. His inventions pretty much always worked. I think the Parappa the Rapper series anime is good. I haven't watched it, but I heard it was pretty good. The Little Nemo book I have, yeah, it has all of the, newspapers in their original size. I'd highly recommend looking up the comics online. Little Nemo, that's a property I would really like revived, and make that its animated series. Make that an animated series. That would be awesome. Were the 2000s better than 2010s? Anything? Music? I don't know. Yeah, that was a good one. I wish that kind of admirable animation got a little bit more attention. But no. The stuff that takes the harder research and it's outside the box, they usually don't. I'm alright with it, though. If you were born at, like, 89, yeah, you're a 90s kid. Like, the reason that the Little Nemo movie was bad is because it was actually too faithful to the comics. Like, every single one of the comics would basically end with Little Nemo waking up before he continued his adventure. Which, you can't do that in a movie. Well, yeah, you could, but it's not gonna work. Yeah, people... So plot-wise, we're about like two-thirds of the way through the game and all of its levels, and this is the first level that has a boss fight. This game's structure is very abnormal. Started getting good. I don't know. It's not just a poof, one day I'm good. Like I said, how long this game is largely depends on what you're going for. They're pretty meh. They're not awful. The last boss is pretty good. It's not gonna take me... I might be done before midnight, I don't know. Things are iconic to the early Gen Z childhood? I don't know. This game has two final bosses. Yeah, two final bosses. The most boring episode concept that keeps happening? I don't know. How? There's one final boss, like, when you get to the end of the plot, and then there's another boss fight for 100%. They're completely different bosses. And I use 100% in quotations. Most mediocre? I think I've already given that list. My Timo Supremo episode I shouldn't have done because that show is just not good for review. Yeah, it's kind of like Hollow Knight is done. My god! The red apes are annoying as fuck. The red and green ones. Them and their goddamn bombs. No, I do not remember Casey from Pokemon. My advice, try and catch this guy in the water. The most evil thing I saw in a cartoon? I don't know. Unknown's a pretty stupid Pokemon. Night. There we go. Jesus. Oh yeah, the third Pokemon movie is definitely the best. I don't know, they had some ancient superpower or something. some of the enemies in this game, like the bats, they legitimately do not hurt you. They just kind of knock you back for some reason. Not reviewing the Pokemon anime. Oh yeah, Lugia's theme is really good. Should there be a streaming service for video games? I don't know. Who is Paul? I don't know. A lot of people are Paul.
Well, look who's here. So you finally found us.
Specter. Jake.
And how is everything coming along?
Everything is under control and coming along very nicely according to plan.
Very good. Then let's get going.
Right.
Hold on. You're not going anywhere.
Oh, yes, we are. I don't have time to bother with you right now. Oh, but we will. We will meet again. You just wait. You won't even know what hit you.
Another time, another place. You'll have your chance.
Oh, yeah, boss fight. Okay, so the fastest way to deal with this boss is to get hit by it, to get rid of its shield. Hit it. This boss has 5 hit points, so you can't, you know, just keep doing this, but... Alright, let's do the rest of this normally. So it'll get some lightning, and it'll chase after you. It'll do that. Ooh, a cookie.
Yes!
Their characters, I guess. Oh yeah, it's time to get into the fun cutscenes.
Hey, wait a minute. What's going on here? Hey!
Like, it sounds like Spike reads his line for, like, the first time.
Look, it's a UFO. No, get inside.
It's weird how the one line...
Please help me!
I love this guy. That voice does not fit at all.
Spike, listen, I have a message from the professor.
Let's hear it.
Understood.
Spike, I'm sure you've seen the strange things going on outside. While you were gone, Specter and his gang of apes swept in and have taken over the town. The entire town is running scared. Everything's been turned upside down. It's a mess and we need your help. Here, take a look. Specter's built his base right in the middle of town. The apes are everywhere. His army is getting stronger and more dangerous. You're the only one who can save us all. You've got the gadgets, now go use them. Time is running out. We're counting on you.
Ah, hey, wait a minute, what are you doing?
Hold on,
Let go
stop.
of me!
The kind of stuff we bought as kids. So the final gadget you get in the main story is a goddamn RC car. And I gotta say, the RC car is probably my least favorite gadget. No, it's not probably. It is my least favorite gadget in the entire thing. And the monkey rider doesn't count.
I've just...
Let's go!
So, it's not like a super special RC car, it's just a fucking toy. It's just a fucking RC car. It goes boop through the enemies and you put it on switches. Apes that require the RC car are annoying to get through. I don't have any thoughts on that movie. I haven't seen that movie. Oh yes, we're going to Futurama.
I'm going for it! Yeah! Yeah!
Let's see. I wonder. Let me try something that I never tried before. Nope, that didn't work. The old meme. The meme is gonna be in a little bit, okay? Nope. Okay. Alright. So this is an RC car ape. You gotta use the RC car to scare it out of his hole. But it never wants to leave his goddamn hole. And then it'll do that. Sometimes it'll leave and then go right back in. Oh hey, the bees are back from prehistoric times. Are you guys having fun with your Futurama memes? So this guy looks intimidating, but you could just ignore him. Most of them, as long as they don't require a goddamn RC car. As a result, this is one of my least favorite levels. Boy. Yeah, bees are a special annoyance in video games. Ah, you never unequip the net. Why did I do that? My God, stop! No, I did not finish it. Ugh. Get out of the way, get up!
This bites.
Now, maybe this guy won't take away 3 goddamn hit points. Indeed. Can't get too close. You get too close to the door, and he'll not leave. You got a fucking sword! Fucking, you can crawl through that, dude. The RC car is just so goddamn stupid. Does it return in the sequels? I hope not. Come on, don't... There we go. I don't know why Bizhawk does that sometimes. A stand power? I don't know what you mean by that. For Bizhawk to work, you need the cores of various consoles. I don't know what powers I would have. No! Fucking hell. Well, Spike is dead. I don't watch superhero movies. I don't really care about the superhero genre. Favorite Ed, Edd and Eddy episode? The one where they only have 10 minutes to get the Jawbreaker. From the free day at the candy store. And Ed is Born is pretty good too. Good God, my throat. So I'm gonna have a sore throat tomorrow, so no stream tomorrow. I can tell this already. Yeah, I don't identify the Ed, Edd and Eddy episodes with their titles because sometimes they try a little bit too hard to make a pun and they don't relate to the episode at all. That was a pretty fun one.
Yes!
Save here. You know, just in case. Oh, god damn it. Hate when that happens. Load City Park, yes. Yeah, no stream tomorrow. I highly doubt my throat is gonna recoup that. I accidentally didn't continue. Specter's Factory.
I'm going for it!
God damn it. There's a way to do this, but there's very little leeway in doing this. God! So close. This level introduces us to the tank, which works. Also, the UFOs are now firing back at me. That's what I think about your fucking machine. So the tank's control is, like, not how tank works at all. You'd expect, like, one stick to control, you know, the tank, and the other stick to control the top part, because that's how, you know, tanks work. But no, one stick controls one of the tank's tires, and the other stick controls the other tank tire. So if you want to turn... Let me get rid of these guys first. So if you want to turn left, you hold the right stick. Forward. It's easier to control than the boat at the very least. But it's still weird. It is possible to get these apes without them getting into their machines, but it's just very hard to pull off. Nobody knows what makes a meme. Coraline. That was close. I haven't watched that one. At least not all the way through. I remember liking Wishology, but I've only watched it once, so I'll probably need to pay closer attention to it. Like, a lot of people were requesting me to review it negatively, but I watched it and I didn't have any problems with it. I don't know. It's a 3-part one. I like I said, it's been a while. Ah, god damn you. I've heard of it, I haven't seen it. Yeah, after this level, I'm gonna have to cut it early for today. My throat is just giving out. Don't know why. I did not like Timmy's secret wish, no. No, here's the problem with, Timmy's secret wish. One of the problems with it.
Yes!
He wishes that Cosmo wouldn't remember a specific wish, but, why didn't anybody catch on that Timmy wished for Cosmo to forget that wish? That would probably tip somebody off. But yeah, we'll continue this at some other point when my throat isn't giving out on me. The reward was changed, I think. Alright, so we save. They are apes. The game called Ape Escape just doesn't know the difference. Yeah, I'm stopping now. My throat is killing me. No. Alright, until next time.